Evaluate algebraic expressions and formulas. Lesson 7.5. Essential question. How do you evaluate an algebraic expression or a formula? To evaluate an algebraic expression, substitute numbers for the variables and then follow the order of operations. Unlock the problem. Amir is saving money to buy an MP3 player that costs $120. He starts with $25, and each week he saves $9. The expression 25 plus 9W gives the amount in dollars that Amir will have saved after W weeks. A. How much will Amir have saved after 8 weeks? Evaluate the expression W equals 8. Write the expression. 25 plus 9W. Okay. I get 9 from up here because each week he saves $9 here. So that's where I get the 9 right there. W stands for weeks. So however many weeks times 9 is how much that he saves every week. 25 plus 9 times 8, because W equals 8. Right here, W equals 8. So wherever we see the variable W, we are going to plug in the number 8. So take out the W, and 8 is going to go in its place. Multiply. Then I have to do order of operations. PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So I'm going to do multiplication first. 9 times 8 is 72. And then I'm going to add 25 plus 72. So let's do that. 72 and 25. Adding those together. 2 plus 5 is 7. 7 plus 2 is 9. So 97. So Amir will have saved $97 after 8 weeks. B. After how many weeks will Amir have saved enough money to buy the MP3 player? Well, we have to go back up in the problem and we have to look at how much it cost. And we see that it cost $120. Okay, so now we have a table. It says make a table to find the week when the amount saved is at least $120. At least $120. So week 9, we would need to put 9 as a substitution for the variable W for weeks. 10 weeks, we would use 10 as the substitution for the variable W. And then 11 weeks, we would use 11. That's where those numbers are coming from. Okay? Then we go ahead and we follow order of operations. So we would again do it just like we did in the example problem. We would do multiplication first. So we would do 9 times 9 is 81. Okay? So then once you do 9 times 9, this part goes away. So you replace that part with 81, and then you just rewrite it. 25 plus 81 is 106. So here, on week number 9, he saved $106. Now week 10, we go ahead and we do the same thing. So 9 times 10 is 90. That gets rid of those numbers, replaces it with 90, and now we have 25 plus 90, okay, which is 115. So you would do 90 plus 25. 115. And then you would do the same thing with week 11. So we've done week 9, we've done week 10, now we're doing week 11. 9 times 11, 11 times 9 is 99. I would go here, and then you would do addition. So 99 plus 25. 9 plus 5 is 14, carry the 1. 9 plus 1 is 10, plus 2 is 12. So $124. So this would be $124, and then you just move it over to this side for the amount saved. So there you would just move over your answer and add a $sign. Okay, I want to go back up to the top, and I want to look at this box. Just a minute. It says, which operations does the expression 25 plus 9W include? Which operations? That means more than one. We know that it includes addition because there's an addition sign. That's easy. So we would say addition and multiplication, because we know when we have a number right next to a variable and there is no space in between, to multiply those two together. So, and multiplication. Okay, sorry for my sloppy writing. Multiplication. I just don't want you guys to forget that is always, you're always going to multiply when there is a number next to a variable and there's nothing in between. Sometimes there will be a multiplication sign, but most of the time there will not be. You have to just remember that is your operation to apply. Okay, and then it says, in which order should you perform the operation? So you should do multiplying first, then do adding. Because in the order of operations, it goes in that order, which is PEMDAS. So we're going to go ahead and make a little note so we don't forget, and we can go back and we can use this as needed. Okay? You guys have probably heard this expression. This is how I learned it. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. This is parentheses. Exponents. So the parentheses, and then an exponent. It's a little bitty number at the top. Multiplication is next. Multiply. Divide. Add. And subtract. You have to apply in order PEMDAS until your expression is completely solved. Example 1. Evaluate the expression for the given value of the variable. A. 4 times m minus 8 divided by 3. And here we're going to put 14 in the place of m. Write the expression. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to write this entire problem out, which they already have for you here. Substitute 14 for m. So we're going to take m out and put 14 in its place. Perform operations in parentheses. So the only thing that's in the parentheses is 14 minus 8, which is 6. So now we can get rid of all of that information inside of the parentheses and replace it with 6. Now we need to multiply. 4 times 6 is 24. And then we're going to divide. 24 divided by 3 is 8. You should be able to do most of that in your head. And if you normally use a calculator, you can go ahead and use a calculator on this part. B. 3 times y squared plus 2, and y equals 4. So every time we see y, we are going to replace it with 4. Write the expression. They went ahead and they did that for you. Substitute 4 for y. 4 goes here. If you have an exponent, though, on a variable, keep that exponent in its place. The variable is usually the base number, so we're going to put 4 in the place of y for the base number. Okay, follow the order of operations. So the first thing we would do is everything inside of the parentheses. So there's 4 squared plus 2. Well, we are going to do the exponent, so e exponent, before we do the addition. So 4 squared would be 4 times 4, or 16. And now we're going to finish the math inside of the parentheses. So 16 plus 2 is 18. And then we're going to solve the very last step. 18 times 3. 8 times 3 is 24. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2 more is 5. So 54 here is your answer for example 1. Example 2. The formula P equals 2L times 2W gives the perimeter P of a rectangle with length L and width W. What is the perimeter of a rectangular garden with a length of 2.4 meters, or 2 4/10 meters, and a width of 1 2/10 meters? Write the expression for the perimeter of a rectangle. So just no matter how long your story problem is, go back up and look for the regular formula. Look at the formula that they give you that you're going to use to plug in your numbers. Take that formula and put it down at the bottom. They already have it there for you, but they won't always do it for you. Substitute 2 4/10 for L. So every time you see L, you're going to put 2.4 plus 2 times W. We're going to look back up in the problem. The width of 1.2 meters. So we're going to put 1.2 in for W. 1.2. Multiply from left to right, because it's all the same operation. So when everything has the same operation, because we're still using order of operations, right guys? Well, look, it's all multiplication. So when it is all one operation, you just go from the left all the way to the right. Okay, so we have 2 times 2.4. So 2.4 times 2. 8. And then 2 times 2 is 4. I moved my decimal point 1 time, so I'm going to do that in the answer down here. 4.8. That's so frustrating. I'm going to cry. Ah! Okay. Okay, so 4.8 plus 2 times 1.2. So we have to do the multiplication first. So 1.2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 1 is 2. We move the decimal point 1 time, and then you get 2.4. Okay, now I have to add 4.8 plus 2.4. 8 plus 4 is 12. Carry the 1. Bring down your decimal point. 4 plus 1 is 5, 6, and 7. So 7.2. So the perimeter of the garden is 7.2 meters. Sharon, evaluate 5K plus 6. K is going to be 4. Write the expression. You're going to write that entire expression. 5K plus 6. Now, you're going to take out K and you're going to replace that with 4. So 5 times 4 plus 6. Multiply. 5 times 4 is 20 plus 6. Then you add. 20 plus 6 is 26. Evaluate the expression for the given value of the variable. So m minus 9. M is going to be 13. So your problem is going to look like 13 minus 9, which is 4. Number 3, 16 minus 3b, and b equals 4. So 16 times 3, or minus 3 times 4. Well, you do multiplication first. 3 times 4 is 12, so we're going to have 16 minus 12 equals 4. Number 4, p squared plus 4, and p is going to equal 6. So 6 squared plus 4. 6 times 6 is 36, plus 4 equals 40. The formula A equals length times width gives the area of A of a rectangle with length L and width W. What is the area of a square in square feet of a United States flag with a length of 12 and a width of 8? So we're going to bring down A equals length times width. Area equals length is 12. 12 times width is 8. And then we're going to do 12 times 8. 8 times 2 is 16. Carry the 1. 6 times 1, or sorry, 8 times 1 is 8 plus 1 more is 9. So we have 96. So A equals 96, and then we are going to label it square feet.